doesn't worry about me anymore.
Sandy Kastel.
Welcome to Women in Music and Arts. This is your host, Sandy Kastel. We are broadcasting live from Las Vegas every Wednesday at noon on KLAV AM 1230 and streaming online at KLAV1230am.com. Our show today is sponsored by members of Women in Music and Arts, empowering artists of all ages through education and mentorship. You can find out more about Women in Music and Arts by going to our website at wimafoundation.org. That's WIMA Foundation.org. My guests on Women in Music and Arts today are Cecilia Aldana, Vanessa Melendez, Marshawn Melcher, Terry Ritter, Carlene Gordon, and delivering happiness messenger, Amy Frost. Ooh. Hi, girls. How are you today?
Hi, Sandy.
Hello. Good. I should say ladies and girl, but see, we're all really girls at heart.
Yes.
So, Amy, we've been starting off our every show for the past few weeks with a special inspirational message from you. What would you like to start us off with today?
Well, very first, I want everybody to stop out by taking a nice deep breath. Breathe in, and hold, and release. All right, let's take one more for good measure. Breathe in, hold, release. So now that we're here, all together, I want to focus a little bit, and we talked about who was going to be in the show, and so it was fabulous as always. Networking is what came to mind, and how do I support people in doing that? And collaboration is and networking go hand in glove, I think. And a quote from Working for Good by Jeff Klein: "No one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play it."
There you go.
So I think that's the key behind networking, is finding those perfect right people for you. So on Thursday we have a WIMA mixer.
Yes, we do.
And so I want everybody to go there for a minute in your minds, in your hearts. So I want you to imagine that you're at this WIMA mixer and that the perfect right people are there to help you with your orchestra, and that you're going to meet them, you're going to be your total self, you're going to enjoy the process. And when you get there, you'll take a nice deep breath, meet that. If it's just one person, that's perfect. And then you're going to commit to an action and you're going to take it.
That's great, Amy, and that's a great lead-in to talking about the WIMA
The
mixer.
mixer? Oh, there's a mixer? Oh.
Actually, it's going to have a French theme this time.
Ooh la la.
And it says, can you say, ooh la la? We have artwork that's donated by Jennifer Vandersteen, who's one of our members.
Nice.
And also we're going to have a special guest, Marshawn Melcher, who's with us in the studio today. And she's performed extensively in the Orient, Europe, Hawaii, and the United States. And she feels her style is French country jazz. Hi, Marshawn.
Hi, Sandy.
How are you?
Bonjour, Sandy. Bonjour.
Thank you. And also we're going to have artist Terry Ritter, who is the painter of the wonderful art that has gone recently into the international terminal at the airport. And it's called Follies in Flight.
It's beautiful.
And it is gorgeous.
Really
it is
beautiful.
60 feet wide and 8 feet tall, and it is absolutely marvelous.
It's wonderful.
Yes. So this is going to be Thursday, tomorrow evening, August the 16th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Baguette Cafe, 8359 West Sunset Road, Las Vegas, 89113. And 702-269-4781 is the phone number if you'd like to call it to make sure you have the right directions. That is at 8359 West Sunset Road. And we're looking forward to seeing a lot of new faces there for this mixer.
And some old faces.
Yes.
One old face will be there.
I don't know that it's so old. You mean some faces that have been there before.
Oh, okay, all right. That's another way to put it.
So anyway, we're looking forward to Marshawn Melcher, Terry Ritter, and the WIMA Mixer Thursday, August 16th, 6 to 8 p.m. Okay, so we also have in the studio with us Cecilia Aldana, and she has an event, well, we all have an event coming up this weekend called the Back to School Fair, and she's been very instrumental in putting this together with the Nevada Youth Alliance, David Osman.
Yes, thank you so much for having me here today, Sandy. This is wonderful. And speaking of networking,
Yes.
Absolutely right, Amy. Look at the work that David has done
Oh
for
my
the
God,
last 14,
yeah.
15 years.
Mhm.
And little by little, the event has been growing. This is our 14th year. And now we have these amazing companies helping us. Plus, I mean, you don't have to be a big company to help. I mean, everybody, little by little, shoulder to shoulder, and look what are we delivering on Saturday. It's incredible. 3,000 backpacks. The family comes with their children. They all can get the sport physicals, haircuts, dental appointments, vision appointments. I mean, name it. Everything for the family to get ready and be ready to go back to school. Incredible.
That's good. And you have a lot of sponsors here. I see everything from Walmart to Lowe's. You've got LVB&M. You've got WIMA, of course. You've got several different radio stations. KLAV is one of the sponsors. UNLV, Guadalupe Medical Center. That's part of your organization that you've been building over the past several years.
Yeah, 15 years.
And now you have 4 facilities around town, I understand.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you've got Nevada Hispanic, Sierra Ice, THD, Nueva 101, what is that, 1035?
But that's the radio station.
The radio station.
We have AmeriGroup, which is one of the Medicaid holders in Nevada.
CSN.
Yes, CSN, Tree Square, Walmart,
Sam's Club.
Exactly. I mean, it's incredible. So
Yeah.
many companies helping.
So there's a perfect example, like you said,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
networking,
absolutely.
coming together,
That's the key.
and putting together a function.
And David is the king of networking.
David Osmond, I know.
Man.
In fact, I met him at one of your mixers that
Oh,
you
yeah.
had,
Mhm.
and that's the nonprofit.
Nonprofit Sector Foundation, our next one's September 27th.
That's
and
right.
It's going to be at the Fifth Street School, and it's going to be really great.
Right.
Really great.
And so what Amy does is she brings, she works with the nonprofitsector.org, and they bring together nonprofits with profits so that they can work together on events such as this,
This is the perfect mix.
so that we can give back to the community and support our artists and support our students, and give them something that they can go back to school with.
Support the community in general.
Support the
You know,
community.
plus there is so much misinformation, and we have so many different activities and fairs like these that should be utilized by the community, definitely. Especially nowadays, that there is so much need in the community. as you
Yes,
know.
yes, that's true. So we're all banding together to do what we can do for the community. So Marshawn, I touched a little bit about what you're going to be doing tomorrow. You're going to be singing a song for us, and I know you brought some of your songs today. We'll be playing them when we take a little break. But tell us a little bit about how you got into music and how you got started singing.
Oh, my mother said I used to sing. I'm 6 months old in the crib. I was born in Florida. And I'd be changing keys, humming along with myself. And I always have been singing. Like you, Sandy, if you open me up, you see notes. That's about it. I just, this French thing has been an incredible saga in my life, because I always heard these sounds from the back of my throat, and this, and I never did know what it was. And when I was 13, the first time I went to France with my parents, that's what I heard in my head. And it embarrassed me a lot. I could never really talk about it. And then finally, I heard French in my head. And I was raised on a cattle ranch in Idaho, and the Nez Perce Indians were the Nez Perce, or the nearest things to anything French. And so maybe it was the residue of some of those Indians, I don't know. But I went to college in Grenoble and in Nice and in Paris and took all my classes in French. And it's just it's kind of a fluke, as they say. And I translate a lot of the standards, and I write songs, which is an amazing thing for me. To me, I kind of liken it like I've never experienced childbirth, but it would be like God and me experiencing
Giving birth to the songs.
Right, and
Right.
and I translate them all into French, and so it's just an easy thing, and I like easy, and I think that we're all given gifts. Every single person has a gift. A lot of people have many gifts, and just to concentrate on those gifts, that makes us happiest. And this is one of my gifts.
Good. And you're going to be sharing your gift with us tomorrow evening, and also a little bit later on in the show. We're going to hear some of your songs.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you so much for joining us today. And of
fearless leader, I call
And
you.
of course, you are a WIMA member. So.
Yes, indeed. I was one of the first.
Yes, you were. So we also have another guest in the studio with us today, and she is a little bit younger than the rest of us sitting here. She is an inspiration to me. I was happy enough to be on her show a couple of times already, and she has been doing a radio show since she was 9 years old, and she's all of what, 10 now or 12?
12 now.
12 now. Yes, excuse me. 12. She has Vanessa Melendez. She has won a local television contest in 2008. She participated in a TV show for 6 months. Now, as a former contestant myself, I was in the Miss America pageant. I was Miss Nevada in 1976, and a little bit before your time. What do you think is the biggest thing that you've learned about life and about being a performer and being a representative and being in the pageants?
Well, in the pageants, I think you learn many things. One of the most important things is getting to know other girls, knowing how to socialize with other girls, and meeting new friends. And having my radio show, I think I've really gotten the shy side out of me. Actually, I was never that shy, but I was always talkative. I was always I always had fun with my brother, and I think having a radio show really taught me how to talk. Yeah.
Good, good. So, what is your main talent? Because I see that you've done a lot of things. You even played saxophone.
Yes, I do.
And I played soprano sax when I was in grade school. Yeah, my dad's a jazz musician. He plays saxophone. So I noticed that. I said, alto.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big instrument for a little
Well,
girl.
yeah.
Not as big as the tenor, though,
Yeah,
or the
that's bigger.
baritone. Yeah. So how did you get involved in playing the saxophone? For
Well, at
instance?
my school, there's a program. I'm in the band program, and in 6th grade, I was in beginning band, and my teacher, Mr. Lind, he said that I was good enough, and now I'm in advanced band. So I skipped intermediate, and I think I'm going into jazz band,
Okay,
and I think that's very exciting.
that is exciting. So, and then also you sing.
No, I don't sing.
Oh, you don't sing? I thought you did. You were singing in the studio the other day.
Yeah, but not really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, did you have to perform a talent for your contest?
No, it was just reading contest, kind of. It was well, me and my family were just sitting there in the living room at our house, watching the news, and they announced a contest. And I said, "Mom, can I go? Dad, can I go?" And they took me, and when we went there, it was outside of the studio, and we lined up, and then they gave us a piece of paper, and it had 2 or 3 paragraphs about Halloween, and we were supposed to read it. So they took us inside of the studio at the anchor desk, and I read off the prompter, and out of 100 kids, I was chosen along with 3 other kids. I was the main anchor along with a boy, and then another boy was doing the sports, and another girl was doing the news.
So that's how you got your start in doing radio.
Yes.
Oh wow! So that was a good pageant to be in.
Yeah.
Or contest to be.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really a pageant; it was a contest. So that is a little different. So you've had your own radio show here since 2010.
Yes.
Yeah. And how do you pick and choose your guests that you have on the show?
Well.
Do you have some help with
Yeah.
that?
My parents really help me out.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm also a master of ceremonies, and at the events that I go to, we meet many new people, and I've met local talents such as singers, dancers, actors, models, and I interview them on my show, and they might know someone that might really want to go on my show, and that's how that's how we keep inviting guests.
Right. Word of mouth. Word of
Yes.
mouth. And events that are going on around town, such as the back to school event.
Yes, I'll be there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Women in Music and Arts, and we are live on KLV 1230 AM on your dial radio every Wednesday at noon, and also streaming online at KLV1230am.com. We're going to take a brief pause, but first of all, we're going to start off with playing one of Marshawn's songs. Have you already told her which song?
Merci beaucoup. Lequel, chérie?
All right, here we go.
Ouais.
Will they name the song?
I think we are going to do Gingy.
Oh, Gingy.
I think. Gingy.
So here we are with Marshawn Melcher. and-
Jobim, his honor, Antonio Carlos Jobim.
welcome back to Women in Music and Arts. We are broadcasting live from Las Vegas every Wednesday at noon on KLAV, 12:30 a.m. on your dial, and streaming online at KLAV1230am.com. This show will be rebroadcast Friday morning at 10 a.m. on VegasAllNetRadio.com, and you can also find our rebroadcast of all of our programs on VegasAllNetRadio.com. So, that was Marshawn Melcher singing Gingy, and that was a beautiful rendition of it, Marshawn.
Merci.
Now, where did you record that?
In a fabulous studio in San Diego. I have great musicians there and good ones here too.
You live part-time out there, I understand.
I live in Coronado.
In Coronado. It's beautiful out there. Well, we're glad to have you here in Las
Well,
Vegas.
I'm glad to be here.
And we're glad you're going to be at the WIMA Mixer tomorrow night at Thursday, August the 16th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Baguette Cafe, which is 8359 West Sunset Road. And the phone number there is 702-269-4781 in case you want to call and get directions. So, Amy, I want to talk a little bit about your networking assessment. It says you've got here a personal networking assessment.
I believe networking is a set of skills, you know, and people are not trained on it. And so they go into events and they're scared to death because they don't know what to do. So I have an assessment, which I'll talk about however much I do today, and then we can do, you know, more
Sure.
later. But I certainly can give them the assessment if they like it. But one of the parts is knowing yourself, and some questions to ask yourself. I know my values and my mission. I can list my major accomplishments. I know my abilities and talents. I have written down my short and long-term goals.
That's very important. You can keep that. About 30 years ago, I remember getting out one of those big, you know, pads that, you know, newspaper print, you know, paper.
Yeah.
And I sat down and I did that, you know, 6 month, 1 year, 5 year, 10-year plan. And one of the things that I had right smack in the middle of it was helping others help themselves. I did. And I've always wanted to do that, and that's why I brought WIMA together. I wanted to bring all of my artist friends, singers, artists, dancers, speakers. We've got poets. We've got a lot of different people. We even have a lot in the healing arts.
Yeah.
And we bring us all together, and what we do is we do different events to showcase their talents, and then we also raise money for scholarships. And to do that, we need to network.
Absolutely, and I think how do you know what you're looking for if you don't know what your goals are?
Right. And just like what Cecilia was talking about, you know, networking is, a lot of people go to these networking events and they hand out their cards,
They
and
throw 'em
stand
at
there,
you and
they throw
run.
them at you and then they leave. And then you never hear from them again.
Right.
However, at your events and also with Cecilia, I'm sure that when she meets people, she really does follow up and network with them because she's got a goal behind what she's doing. She's passionate about what she's doing, and she's making a difference. So that very first thing, know yourself to get ready before you do actually go out there and start networking. That's so important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll come back and get a little bit more later.
All right, I'll be
Okay.
here.
And I want to go back to you, Cecilia, and talk a little bit more about this program that we're doing this Saturday. It's going to be from 8 till noon,
Correct.
and it's going to be out in North Las Vegas, right?
Yes, at the CSN Cheyenne campus
Right.
at 3200 East Cheyenne Avenue. The zip code is 89030. I stress to every family that needs to be there to go earlier.
Yes.
Because we're going to start sharp at 8 o'clock, and it's only from 8 to noon.
That's right.
The services will be given from 8 to noon. After that, we have entertainment for the family at the Horn Theater by
I think that's where WIMA's going to be set up, is right outside of the Horn Theater, since we are Women in Music and Arts.
Okay.
And the events are going to be going on inside of the event. Here, did you need this?
No, I have it right here. Yeah, there's going to be entertainment by Viva Mexico Viva. Thank you, my dear. I'm working since 3 in the morning, so I'm already. Yeah, Mexico Viva. Yes, and they're going to have a complete show, and I'm sure that with your help, it will be absolutely amazing.
Well, we're looking forward to being there.
Yes, and I tell the families to please arrive early. The lines are going to be, we expect between 10 to 15,000 people.
Oof.
I know.
That's a lot of parking. A lot
of parking. Yes, and but you know what? They are experts at it. It goes very smoothly.
Okay.
They all coordinate. We're actually setting everything on Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock, and we should be ready around 7:30.
Now, is this a free event?
It is totally, completely free.
Okay,
Correct.
so the families come out, they bring their families, they bring their children,
Yes.
and what they do, they can get all of those services you were talking about, dental appointments, haircuts.
Yes, vision screening. Guadalupe Medical Center is donating 4 hours of one of our doctors.
Okay.
We're going to have also glucose stick testing. So many different services for free that day. Now, the School of Medicine, the Pediatric School of Medicine, is also donating a few hours to be able to do the sport physicals for the children.
Okay. And also, so when they come there, they're going to line up in those lines for those particular things. That is what you're saying.
Exactly. What they
So-
should do is line up. What they first should do is get the
Early.
back. Yeah, yeah. So they get the backpack full of anything needed for the school. Everything is a complete. It's just full of things for the school.
And I understand that all day last Saturday, you were packing up those backpacks for the children.
They were packing. They had over, I think, 50 or 60 volunteers. Plus, David was still walking around the neighborhood on Carey Street, you know, going, knocking at doors, letting everybody know. That's a tradition for
Yes.
him. That's how he started 14 years ago. Door by door, knocking with volunteers, making sure people knew about the event.
And you know, the really important thing about this, and a good fact that he told me is, this is something he started doing 14 years ago, like you said. And today, with all the online social networking and media, Facebook and Twitter, he said still, this is the #1 key to getting
Yeah.
people there
Face
to
to
your
face.
event, is
Face
face
to
to face.
Absolutely.
And they continue to do that, walking around to the neighborhoods. So, all right, where can they find out more about the event? Is there a website?
They have a website.
Okay.
The website is www.nevadayouthAlliance.org. Go to the calendar and find out the event.
Okay.
Everything is listed there.
Okay, and the press release is very long. I mean, you've got so many things you're offering. Free regular immunization, free blood pressure checks, free eye screening, free teeth exam, free physicals, regular and sports for youth. You've got free insurance sign-ups, a total of 23-day and 2-night hotel vacations for 2 donated by the Las Vegas Business Network, free haircuts for youth, all kinds of things, plus the entertainment inside the Horn Theater, What Peace Means to Me, the 14th Annual Community Back to School Health and Educational Fair, BTSF, Saturday, August 18th, 2012, from, this says from 11:30 to 1.
No,
Is that
eight,
their
that's the
performing?
second part. That's the entertainment. right?
That's when they're performing.
The first part is 8 to noon.
The first part. So I understand that the parking is going to really be packed, so get there early and make sure that you get your place in line so that you can take advantage of all these free services that are being offered to the students and the families.
Yes, we're extremely well organized. Once they find parking, we're going to have over 100 volunteers helping, directing the people where to go, where to
Good.
line up, and also we're going to distribute. We have like 6,000 small maps directing them where to go in case they need anything.
Okay, so be sure and go to NevadaYouthAlliance.org. That's NevadaYouthAlliance.org for more information about the 14th Annual Community Back to School Health and Education Fair. Thank you, Cecilia Aldana.
Thank you, Sandy, for inviting
I'm
me.
so happy to have you here, and it was really nice being on the Spanish radio the other day. We were on KRLV with Vanessa as the host, and she is such a wonderful host.
Thank you.
And it was so nice to be on the show with you. And of course, I sat there not really understanding everything that was being said, but you also do speak in Spanish and in English for part of it,
Yes.
for parts of it, so that the English-speaking people can understand it and the Spanish-speaking community can understand it. So, would you just tell a little bit in Spanish right now for our Spanish listeners too?
Okay. Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Vanessa Meléndez, tengo 12 años de edad, curso el 7º grado y nací en Las Vegas, Nevada. Yo tengo un programa de radio todos los domingos a las 11 de la mañana por la 1340 AM. Sintonícenlo.
Great. What did you say?
I said, I'm Vanessa, I'm 12 years old, I have a radio show, KRLV 1340 AM,
Okay.
Sundays 11, and you can go to vanessamelendez.com.
Okay. Why don't you do one little plug here, another one for back to school
Okay.
for them in Spanish, please.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amiguitos? Los invito a que vayan a Nevada Youth Alliance's 14th Annual Community Back to School Health and Educational Fair. Es una feria para todos aquellos niños y niñas que necesiten una mochila. Van a estar repartiendo mochilas que tienen muchos útiles escolares. Y esto está patrocinado por muchas agencias, muchas personas y es para la comunidad. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, muchas gracias. I love it. Thank you very much. That was wonderful. And Cecilia, I know you have another appointment to go to, and I know you're running, all day long. So thank you so much for joining us here on Women in Music and Art. We're going to take a brief little pause, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, ladies.
Okay. We're going to listen to another one of Marshawn's song, and that is Candida?
Caravan.
Oh, Caravan, I'm sorry. Caravan. Here we go with Marshawn Melcher with Caravan. Welcome back to Women in Music and Arts. We are broadcasting live from Las Vegas every Wednesday at noon on KLAV 1230 AM on your dial and streaming online at KLAV1230am.com. This show will be rebroadcast Friday morning at 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. I had both times. I think it's 9 a.m. Our show today is sponsored by the members of WIMA, Women in Music and Arts, empowering artists of all ages through education and mentorship. My guests today are Amy Frost, our delivering happiness messenger, and Vanessa Melendez from the radio show on KRLV. What's the name of your radio show again?
It's in Spanish. It's called Vanessa y sus invitados, or Vanessa and her guests.
That sounds great. And then also Marshawn Melcher is here with us in the studio, and that was her song she was singing. That was Carousel.
Caravan.
Oh, Caravan! Holy cow!
It's all right.
It's a good thing you're here, so you can.
No.
I go between Candido and Caravan and Carousel.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, where was that one recorded? Was that also recorded down in San Diego?
That was actually, yeah, it was recorded in San Diego, and this was a live. It was a live performance. It was a big, big concert, and I had the good fortune of being able to record the basic tracks. I mean, this is really jazz. Just at the time we were doing it, there were no rehearsals, and just the rhythm section. We recorded it, and then went into the studio and tweaked everything. But there were like 2,000 people there, and the equipment was absolutely fabulous, and the fellows were just stellar. And that sax player, his name is Hollis Gentry, and he's so well known, and he died like 2 weeks after the concert.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
this is his last performance. And Hollis is just, I just feel Hollis so very, very much.
Well, that was a beautiful recording.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know
Thank
you're going
you.
to be singing some more songs for us tomorrow evening at the WIMA Mixer. That's Thursday, August 16th.
C'est mon plaisir.
Yeah.
That's my pleasure.
From 6 to 8 p.m. Would you like to share that in French, what we're doing?
Attends, alors, on dit que, est-ce que tu peux dire oh là là? Et on dit que la chanteuse parisienne, Marchand Melcher, était toujours partout dans le monde, l'Orient, l'Europe, Hawaï et les États-Unis. Et elle croit que son style c'est French country jazz, mais c'est gospel French country jazz parce qu'elle croit beaucoup en Dieu, beaucoup en Dieu. Elle vit pour le Dieu. Marchand a dansé avec les Russes, dansé le ballet, et elle était la chanteuse pour 3 présidents. Le président, il était gouverneur George Bush au Texas, Clinton à Hawaï, et aussi elle chantait à la balle pour Reagan. Alors, ça c'est des choses pour Marchand. Et aussi Terry Ritter, elle est fabuleuse. L'artiste, elle va être là. Elle est très connue, Terry Ritter. I'll say this in English, so really you can understand this. In a magazine years ago, I saw some of her show girls, and I just could not believe it. I fell in love with her style. And now I get to know Terry Ritter, and I get to be with her at different venues. And tomorrow night, I mean, I am such a fan. Someday I'm going to own a big Terry Ritter. But I hope you all come. Sandy works so hard on this, ladies and gentlemen. So I really, really hope you all come, because it's very much, it's such a worthwhile event and organization.
You want to tell them where it's at?
Yes, indeed. It's at the Baguette Cafe. It's 8359 West Sunset Road, Las Vegas. 8359 West Sunset Road, Las Vegas, and the phone number is 702-269-4781.
Thank you so much, Marshawn. And we have Terry Ritter on the phone right now.
Ah bon!
So
Salut.
let's say hello to Terry Ritter. Hi, Terry.
How are you?
Good.
Hello.
Wasn't that a great intro?
Fabulous. Wow.
You didn't expect to get an intro in French, did you?
Oh no, I love it. I love it.
Well, you're going to be getting more of it tomorrow evening at the WIMA Mixer. So we're so excited to have you join us.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun.
So
I'm looking forward to it.
I understand you took a little bit of a break. Just a little bit of a break after the installation out at the airport, and you've been traveling a little bit. You went up to Canada, and you went to, I understand, Park City also.
Park City, yeah.
Yes.
And
nice
now,
places. And now you're back, and you're getting ready for a new project.
Yes, yeah. So, a few things in the works. So, until it happens, I'll keep you posted.
Well, a little bit for our listening audience. Terry Ritter and I go back a few years. We were in a show together called Pinups at the Movies over the Sahara Hotel in the Casbar Lounge, which is no longer there, I guess, or maybe they have a new rendition of it. But I remember going over to her home one afternoon, and it was way out there. It used to be way out there in Henderson, and I remember going.
It then.
Yeah, I went into her home, and there were all these beautiful paintings all over the wall, and I said, "Well, who does these?" And she said, "Well, I do." I said, "Really?" And I said, "Well, Guy, you should do this for a living." And she says, "Well, yeah, I'm working on it, you know." So here we are, several years later. And you found this niche, and tell us how you found this niche of painting the girls in the Follies show, okay? And how it all evolved.
It's always been my passion. Before I even started dancing, to paint, and I was always really good at figurative. And like when I was 9 years old, I got an A+ on a art project, and I go, well, I know I'm really good at this, so that's what I'm going to do when I grow up. So it was like a defining moment, and I've always done something to do with art, and been lucky enough to be able to do dance and art, and incorporate what I know into my art, you know, about the figure and movement and dance, and so I always painted backstage in the different shows that I did. I don't think I had started with pinups, but after that, any show I was in, I had enough time between shows and numbers. I could paint and paint everyone's dogs and cats and portraits and whatever anybody brought in for me. So, you know, it's always been my passion with dance, and that's what I was going to do when I retired. So that's
and you're not retiring yet.
I wouldn't call it retiring. It's a lot of work.
Well, also
a work of love and joy. So
that's right.
It's not work. I don't consider it at all.
No, it's a passion. It's a passion of yours. And I know from knowing you all these years that you started doing paintings of some of your photographs of you in shows that you had been in with the other dancers.
And for other dancers too.
And for other dancers.
Yeah.
And you did do a painting of the pinups.
Paint with you in it and our original cast.
That's right.
Well, and I've done a few for you too. I think that portrait on the piano was really wonderful.
Yes, I was fortunate enough that she did a painting of me. It's hanging in our living room right now. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, tell us where people can find out about your artwork.
You can go to terryritterart.com. I have a website. Also, you can look me up on Facebook, Terry Ritter art too, I
Okay.
think. And just look up my name. I'm sure you'll find me.
Now, I'm sure that Vanessa is very curious because she has not met you in person. So, do you have any questions you'd like to ask Terry, knowing that she's an artist and that she's in the shows for years?
What is your style?
What is my style?
Yes.
I'd say it's impressionistic. I was always moved by the impressionistic painters, Rinrod Ritter and Degas and people like that. So Picasso is a little more abstract, but I was always impressed with that, and I started just for fun painting the impressionistic artist, and I kind of learned to paint that way too. But it's very thick brush strokes and movements and stylized, which I've developed over the years. And so that's, and I use different mediums. I've used acrylics and oils, and I also do sculpting and experimenting with different things, acrylic glass and in the piece, and rhinestones, and whatever I can kind of experiment with.
Could you tell us a little bit about mixed media?
The mixed media, I have used, like I said, the diacrylic glass and glitter and the palette knife with acrylic paints, watercolor, gouache. I just kind of mix it up with that.
Terry, I'm going to interrupt just for a second. What I'd like to do is have Vanessa just explain, encapsulize a little bit about what you're saying to the Spanish-speaking audience also, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Bueno, amiguitos, les quiero decir que ella es una pintora, ella también hace esculturas. Ella define su estilo algo como Picasso, ella admira mucho a Picasso y eso es su pasión. A ella le encanta hacer eso y dice que desde chiquita a ella le gustaba pintar y pues hay que visitar su página de internet también. Su página de internet es terryritterart.com, TerryRitteart.com.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
See, now French, and then we have Spanish. We are
So international.
We are a diverse
There we
group
go.
of women in music and arts.
Definitely.
You know, it's wonderful, Terry. You're an inspiration to so many of us because, excuse me, as an artist and as a person, because you've given back to a lot of different charitable organizations yourself with your artwork, donating your artwork, including Women in Music and Arts. Do you want to explain a little bit about that?
I always have any way I can help any charity with women in music and art too. Also, I totally sympathize with trying to make it or learn and be a part of something, and any way I can, I would like to give back too. I mean, I think we all do, but I had a bout with cancer, not that I would, but I beat it, and I feel very fortunate and have a lot to give, and I'm grateful. More than anything, grateful, and any help anyone would need getting through something like that. I just am overjoyed to give advice, or not that it means anything, but
of course it means something.
Yes.
That's called mentoring, Terry.
Exactly.
And it's so important.
But overcoming odds,
Yes.
and I'd say whatever you choose to do, just plug away, whether you make money at it or not. I mean, I could never do it just for the money, because forget it.
Yeah.
Especially in art and music.
That's
You have to do
right.
it
That's
for
right.
love,
That's right.
and because it brings joy to you
Mm-hmm.
and means something to you. Because whether you make money at it is just like gravy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's right.
it's not a sure thing, and you shouldn't stop because you're not validated by somebody else telling you're good at it, or you can sing, or you can dance, or you should just do it for your own love,
Yeah, that's great.
your own joy. So,
Terry, you do inspire us, and you do so much for the community, and you've done so much for us, and I'm really grateful to have you be part of WIMA and Women in Music and Arts, and more than anything, just to have you as a really good friend. And I want to thank you for all that you've done for us, and for being a constant mentor to others, and an inspiration.
Well, you too.
And
you too. I'm just like, I know you were going through some real trials with your family, and you look in the mirror and you go, you got to stop this. I got work to do.
That's right. And
I always think of that.
And thank you. And on that note, because unfortunately our time is running out on this show today. But it was so nice to have you join us, and thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. And again, to find Terry Ritter's art, you can go to terryritterart.com, and you can find out more about her on WIMAfoundation.org, and you can come to the WIMA Mixer tomorrow evening, Thursday, August 16th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Baguette Cafe at 8359 West Sunset Road, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89113. The phone number is 702-269-4781. Again, that's the Baguette Cafe, 8359 West Sunset Road. And you can meet the artist, Terry Ritter.
Yes, I'll be there. I'm coming too. So.
Yes. You better.
Great.
and then you can also meet Marshawn Melcher, who is going to be singing. Can you say "Ooh La La"?
And one of Terry's, probably her biggest fan. I don't know, but I am really in the running for that.
Oh, you too.
So thank you.
Looking forward to hearing you.
Thank you, Terry. I'll see you tomorrow night.
You.
Okay.
All right.
Don't be late. Okay.
Bye.
So we are Women in Music and Arts, if you're just tuning in, and we are always empowering artists of all ages through education and mentorship. My guests today have been Marshawn Melcher, Vanessa Melendez, Amy Frost, Cecilia Aldana, Terry Ritter, and we have a WIMA Mixer coming up tomorrow evening, Thursday, August 16th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Baguette Cafe over on West Sunset Road. That's 8359 West Sunset Road. We hope you'll join us and meet some of the WIMA members. And if you want to become a member, you can also come and join up there, or you can go to our website at WIMAfoundation.org. So, Amy, is there any closing thoughts? You get 30 seconds. Closing thoughts.
When it comes to me, one of my special gifts is mentoring, and what I love to do and networking, is to do a workshop for the WIMA members on how to be an effective networker.
That's great. We can do that in the Empowering
All right,
Women
let's
workshops.
do it. Okay.
Okay, great. Amy Frost, amyfrost.com if you want to find out more about her, or
Delivering happiness at work.com.
At work.com. There you go. Vanessa Melendez, we can find out more about you.
VanessaMelendez.com, VANESSA, Melendez, MELENDEZ.com. My main sponsor, thank you to Latin American Soccer League. I play soccer Saturdays. Thank you to Jose Villaseñor. I've actually interviewed Darren Libonati from Justice Entertainment Group, Ruben Kiwan, now Senator District 10, Chris Waits, director of many movies, actually a Twilight movie director, deputy of the Clark County, Mr. Martinez, and you, Sandy.
Thank you. Yes, you have.
And I've done I'm a model. I've done runway and theater. I conduct and master ceremonies at social and cultural events. I've been at the Springs Preserve and at the Boulevard Mall. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Vanessa, for joining us today. It's so good to have you, and I'm so glad that you shared some of this with the Spanish-speaking audience. We have Spanish members in our community. We also have French. We have African. We have a diverse group of women in music and arts, and we hope that you'll all join us and become members or supporters.
Now we're even.
Now we're even? Wait, I've only had you on one time, so I have to have you on
But
at
that's
the end.
okay.
Then you'll be ahead.
Yeah.
We'll be ahead.
We'll have you on when you're doing another event. How's
Okay,
that?
sounds good.
Okay, and Marshawn, you don't have a website, but people can
Well-
find out more about you on WIMAFoundation.org.
I do have a website, but
It's a work in
It
progress?
is a work in progress.
Like
yes.
us, like all of us, right?
Like all of us, yes.
Well, listen, we are WIMA, Women in Music and Arts, and we are going to play a song for you from, what do we have a song from now? We have Fever from my album,
Ooh
This
la la.
Time Around. And if you'd like to find out more about my music, you can go to sandykastel.com. That's Sandy, S-A-N-D-Y, Kastel.com. We hope you had a wonderful day today, and we're looking forward to meeting you again next week, every Wednesday at noon on KLEV 1230 AM and streaming online at KLEV 1230am.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day.